Well, we've just completed the individual Grand Prix special. Richard, you were commentating on throughout that. That was a bizarre situation. Tell us what happened.
Well, I've never seen anything like it, actually. First of all, the quality of the dressage technically was absolutely outstanding. But against that, the top three riders all went wrong, one after the other. First of all, I thought I was seeing things. Occasionally, you do forget the course and you have one rider in a class that will make an error, of course. But you don't expect it from the three medal contenders, and we're all going one after the other. Quite bizarre and really nerve-wracking, and certainly nobody can say that dressage is boring, because it had us all on the edge of our seats.
Well, I think apart from anything else, globally now, amateur dressage riders who get very frustrated can feel a little bit more relieved now, can't they?
No, and it's going to be no excuse, so we don't want any of that excuses from now on. Just forget that part, because you have to be doing over an 80% plus to be allowed to go wrong in your test.
Why have they gone wrong? What are the riders actually saying? Because I believe that Adelinde Cornelissen, who got the bronze, and Charlotte Dujardin, who got yet another gold, they had the mistake. I think it was those two, was it? They had the mistake in the same place?
Yes, well, Helen's mistake was actually a little bit understandable, because in the Grand Prix test, which she just did yesterday, you come from canter into trot, one movement down, and then you do go across the diagonal and extended trot. And the difference in this test is you actually don't go across the diagonal, you go down the long side. So I can see a sort of easy mistake. Now, what the riders are all saying, well, first of all, Helen's saying, because there's a big screen out there near the warm-up, she's saying, well, I've started a new trend and the others just followed. I mean, I have to say, it was very lucky for them all that they did follow, because they all brought themselves back to the same level, so nobody can say that they were disadvantaged by that. I think one or two of them have whispered something to me very quickly, but I think they need to work it out. They've said, oh, well, we thought we were doing the Grand Prix, but that doesn't actually quite work, because in the Grand Prix you do not come off the right rein in canter and start two-time changes. You actually come off the left rein. So that excuse isn't going to work. So I think they need a little bit more time to work out what actually went wrong. But to be serious about it, what I really think is that the quality of the riding and the dressage, from even in the team test yesterday and today, the riders were just so concentrated. I mean, we've never seen dressage like this. It is so close and so competitive in their minds that they know they can there isn't any margin for one mistake. And ironically, because of their focus and concentration on the horse, on the way of going, on every footfall, I think that's why each of them just blanked for a moment. As soon as they'd done it, they didn't really need the judge to tell them. They got it straight away. I think they were in that bubble, and it was a bit the wrong bubble they were into momentarily.
There's one thing making a mistake, but one of the things that Charlotte said was that because the crowds had then gone ooh, ah, and continued talking, she said that affected her as well after she'd made the mistake. She said there was quite a noise in the arena. I presume that happens.
That does happen, and there was a noise for each of the riders. The public, and why was there a noise, is because the public were on the edge of their seats beforehand, riding every step with the rider, and they were as shocked and as disturbed, if you like, and it did take them time, the public, time to settle down. Very good pirouette there.
Within 0.5% of Helen now.
Difficult to say without being close to that arena, but I could believe that would get a 10, that last. Now she's just using her hands to pick him up. He's almost overactive in his hind legs and his front legs before he actually went into that extended trot. Very quick reactions from Charlotte to just moderate that. So now into the passage. Keep those hind legs underneath him. It's very good in front. Very good impulsion. Now you can see the impulsion that this horse can have, and the nice rhythm he's got in that piaffe. Now she's got to keep those hind legs stepping underneath, which she is doing, and nail that last halt, Charlotte, because every point is important.
Well, there's going to be a 10 in that last Piaf as well. It's averaging 9.2. A lot of 10s across the board there for Charlotte Dujardin.
Oh, I'm absolutely delighted. Obviously, Vallegro deserves this, and it's fantastic to end. I wanted to come here for that individual, so I'm very, very happy.
Just tell me a little bit about your test and what it means.
Oh, my test was quite interesting. It was going really, really well, and then I got into the canter and I started doing my twos, which I should have been doing half pass, and then obviously the bell went, and I looked across, and the judge was like half pass, and I was like, oh my God. So I then had the crowd that went like that. I knew then I had no mistakes. I couldn't afford any mistakes, so I rode for my life till the very, very end. And luckily, Vallegro tried his hardest, and we pulled it off, thank God.
Well, and as you've already said, the good news is that the best three ended up in the top three places, so that's okay then. Well, we're going to bring you the freestyle on Sunday at lunchtime. Keep an eye on the FEI TV for the time. I think it's 13:30. It actually starts Central European Summer Time. But before that, we've got the culmination of the PSI FEI European Jumping Championship, the individual, and that's tomorrow, Saturday. We go live at 13:15. Full of action here in Herning. It's been great. Thanks for joining us.